Can you hear? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Father Downbeat. Can you hear us?
Yes.
All right, respect. In case you're joining us right now, we've got the big man himself connected live from New York City. We've got Tony Screw, a.k.a. Downbeat. What's good, brother?
Yes, man. Everything blessed, man. Getting ready right now, New York, for a big dance for Black Scorpio 50th anniversary tomorrow night, Saturday night in Amazuro,
Sin?
in Queens, New York. Tomorrow, we celebrating Black Scorpio 50th anniversary in the business, and supposed to be a big show tomorrow night with General Trees, Little John, Downbeat Ruler, Black Scorpio, and we have Brigadier Jerry, and we have Brigadier Jerry, we have Cape Town live and direct. Should be a nice show tomorrow night in Saturday night in Amazuro, New York time tomorrow night, Saturday night. You know, it should be good. I'm getting ready for that. You know, so it should be a nice show, you know, and stuff like that. So everything is blessed.
Sin? No, Father Downbeat, respect, and we want to start off by saying thank you very much for this opportunity to reach out to all your fans here in Africa. We are in South Africa, but the whole continent of Africa listens to this radio station, so you are reaching out to a lot of African listeners who love the reggae music and the sound system culture.
Yes, man. Enough respect, man. As a matter of fact, I would tell all Africans in South Africa right here that if they listen to Downbeat 2 weeks ago on the boardwalk, they would hear I play a song and dedicate it to the African name, Africa is Paradise. Mash up the boardwalk 2 weeks ago. You know?
Respect.
So they should go on YouTube and listen to it, man. I true mash up the whole of the boardwalk last week.
No,
you know?
Respect.
So 2 weeks ago, you know? Yeah, man. As a matter of fact, the date was September 16th. If they log on to it, they will see Downbeat live there playing that song and dedicates it to the Africans, them, and enough respect to all who love reggae music, and enough respect to you, man.
Yeah, man, no respect. So, Father Downbeat, I want us to get into a few things that we want to ask you, because I think there is no better opportunity than this one to ask somebody who has done it for so many years. But to start it off, I just want us to take back the listeners. When did Father Downbeat actually start? When was Downbeat Sound System formed?
Okay, Downbeat actually start in New York City.
Okay.
You know, I leave Jamaica out of it because from a little youth, I used to have a little system in Jamaica that I started out in my much younger days. And I never really call it Downbeat because I never really meet Sir Paxton Dad, who is the original Downbeat, Sir Paxton Downbeat in Jamaica with an early sound system.
Okay.
And I decided that I would actually don't want to call myself Downbeat until I meet Mr. Paxton Dad. Well, I get the opportunity to meet Sir Paxton Dad himself, 1972. And I actually started playing in 1971 in New York.
Okay.
And but the sound name Bus actually in 72 after I meet Mr. Dad, and I decided to officially call it the sound Downbeat.
Oh wow. So that was so officially that was 1972. So we can be on the record to say Downbeat sound officially you went out to the world in 1972.
Yes, sir. Or officially Downbeat from 1972. That's my history. I came to the States in New York 1970.
Okay.
And I found Downbeat and the Sound Bus 1972. 1 year actually it was the same year when I actually decided to call the sound Downbeat. It started to bus.
Okay.
You know? And that is it. So 1972 is the original official date for Downbeat in New York City.
Oh, wow. So, Father Downbeat, at that time in the 70s, when you were in New York City, were there other sound systems in New York City at that time?
Yes, I come and see a few sound systems here, and some of them, some of the better sound like Bulwaki had fade out.
Okay.
You know, at that time, Bulwaki decided to maybe ease up the business a little bit and go into producing business or something, but and a couple of the guys I meet up here, guys named Neil Love, and some other guys, but they, and then you have I come sound here like a sound name Upsetter and a few other sound, another sound name Tippertone, but they're never really persistent like the way Downbeat actually persistent in it,
Okay.
So Downbeat is a sound who really take it to a higher level in that where reggae music concern to say hardcore.
Yes. Yes.
We are responsible for the hardcore business coming up from basement party,
Yeah.
a little house party, and still start to go in like a nightclub. We're talking about maybe 2 double 12, 2 Vega double 12, and then we go to 15, and then
15,
we go to 18, and that's how the sound grow.
Okay.
So this sound Downbeat never come like one big sound just come like that.
So you built
was
it.
coming from real small.
Yeah.
I was coming at times I never had no plate.
Okay.
I used to play 45, and then we producer started to like sound, and I used to get I used to get a lot of song pre-release at that time. Pre-release used to be like dubplate now.
Okay.
But when a producer give you a pre-release song, nobody else could play it unless the producer give it to them.
True.
You
True.
understand?
True. So for the Downbeat, what I wanna know, right? So in the 70s at that time, because the story that we obviously have been exposed to over the years is that when the music moved from Jamaica to America, there was not really reggae was not predominant. There was mostly R&B and soul music at that time, and from what we understand, your time in New York City was exactly the same time as DJs from the hip hop side like Kool Herc.
Yes, well, I know him after that because
Okay.
I meet him after that, and he was on a program also with me and Sir Cox and Dad, and I meet him personally. We took a picture together with me and him, Sir Cox and Dad,
Okay.
which was like a production that Nike was doing some promotion and that, and we get a little promotion and that, but for some reason it never got too far. I expected it to go farther.
Okay.
But when I came to New York City, I never really know him originally that much, because I was just like a youth that's lying low right in the ghetto here and, stay local, and
Okay.
was just in the regular normal area.
Yes.
Where I would say, started to do all the thing, and we found some little DJ in America that was interested in the business, and we started to use them as younger DJ until we decided to step up the ladder.
Okay.
And, go, and then we DJ with a lot of DJ pass through Downbeat and, Massive Dread, name them, even Rankin Dread from England. Remember that DJ?
Yes, Rankin Fred, yes.
Rankin Dread, all of them get an opportunity to talk. You Brown, just
Okay.
name them, man. They passed through in those time and DJ and Downbeat sound. So that was the good thing about it. But but that's the era that I actually take it from. Which so Downbeat was always a hardcore song coming up, playing part 1 and part 2.
Okay.
Not Tim Bingy. If I don't tell Bingy, no, I used to DJ my set. I used to DJ and play the part 1 and part 2.
Oh wow.
A lot of people don't
Oh
know
wow.
that.
so
Yeah, so I was the original selector for Downbeat sound that played part 1. That's why I still talk on my sound. A lot of people don't know that.
Yes. So for Downbeat, for those who are listening, because obviously some of the listeners right now don't understand the concept of part 1 and part 2. We know exactly what you're talking about. Can you just elaborate for the listeners what it actually means?
Yes. Part 1 and part 2. Part 1 used to be the vocal.
Yes.
The vocal of the song.
Uh-huh.
And part 2 of the song used to be not even the version. So even if it's a rubber dub, it's a version of the song. And this is actually when versions start to come in place, because at one time, in the early days, you wouldn't find a version on the next song. So if you have a vocal song,
yes,
you'd have to try and get a dub plate rhythm,
wow,
where you have to go buy it from the producer,
yeah,
to play the rhythm for that song. But after it became popular and so on, then, because if you remember, in the older song, then they never have no part 2. They
yes,
only have a part 1, like A and B side.
True.
And sometimes the B side would good. I would say sometimes the B side might be better than the A side.
Yeah.
Or sometimes the B side might not so good. So enough people would just play the A side. But
Oh,
when
wow.
when version come in place now,
Yeah.
where I don't know the reason why version come in place. I would say dubplate make version come in place because people was playing dubplate
Yes.
of the vocal song, and then the producer them decide that they're going to put a version on the next side of the 45, which also helped the 45 to sell more
Yes.
because everybody sometimes want to play it, because back in the days in Jamaica, it was so much sound system unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody wanted to learn, you know, you're coming from Port Matruki, you're coming from Lord Comic. As I know, I get the opportunity to hear those guys as a little youth,
Yeah.
King Stitch,
Uh-huh.
you know, and coming up. And these guys make version because they always DJ on the version.
Okay.
You understand? So version, part 1 and part 2 is the vocal.
Yeah.
Version is usually part 2, which usually version usually be the straight rhythm. And then some selector would say, I give you part 3, which is the rubber dub cut of the version.
All right. All right.
You understand?
Yo, a lot of learning,
yes.
Yeah. So
of course.
yeah.
You know,
So at that time, obviously, from what you're telling us, at that time, doublets, you actually were having moving doublets, so to speak. In other words, you had artists who would sort of like frequent on the sound system, and then you would give these artists some versions. Who are some of the artists that used to frequent downbeat sound in that era?
okay. All right. Okay, let me, okay, in that area, I'm not even going to mention about the artists that don't really have no name.
Okay.
Because the reason why I say that,
Yeah.
it was younger artists before we started to move international. The first 2 international DJ
Yes.
ever come on Downbeat Sound officially in New York City is Michigan and Smiley, legally international DJ then, and it was history. Michigan and Smiley. And then we work with Massive Dread.
Yeah.
We work with it. We work with U Brown and Brigadier, Wicked Dance.
Yes, Brigadier Jerry.
And we work with Lieutenant Stitch. We work with Papa San.
Wow.
Professor Nuts, and it stepped out. We work with Caperton at that time. No, we work with DJ like Peter Metro,
Uh-huh.
Johnny Ringo, Pupa
Wow.
Tyan, Louis Lepke. Oh my God, Lorenza was
Wow.
my friend up until today. Rankin Joe, every DJ that came popular
Wow.
in those times work on Downbeat Sound live, and a lot of them sing live to Tristan Palmer.
Yeah.
In Beanieman,
Yes.
back in the days, Beanieman DJ and Downbeat Sound, and it's like a history for Downbeat. Downbeat, not to show off, because I really like to show on the music. But Downbeat is the real hardcore official rubber dub foundation sound of America or New York.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So
You know,
Father
and,
Tony.
Yeah.
So then, if you look at that era, then you can simply say and sum it up and say, if it wasn't because of sound system at that time, some artists wouldn't have been known to the world. Correct?
Oh my God, good question. What you said a while ago, I agree with you 100%. Because let me tell you something. These artists them today is very lucky. Because back in the days, artists have to bust on a sound system first.
Uh-huh.
You understand? Because let me give you an example of that.
Okay.
The example of that, when you go to Jalop, you know you're going to hear Brigadier. You understand?
Yeah.
When you go to Metro Media, you know you're going to hear Peter Metro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you have Studio 54 and those sound. Virgo, you're going to hear Lauren Jar, maybe Carlton Livingston singing live. So most of those artists, and when you go to General Trees, you know it's Black Scorpio with Sassafras and all of DJ.
Uh-huh.
When you go to Stereograph, or even before Stereograph, a sound Ray Symbolic, which was the first sound ever to go in the UK with Rankin Joe, travel international. So, you know, those sound was represented by the DJ. But now, DJ just come and they could build a lyrics in their kitchen and they bust.
Wow.
You know? So it's completely different. You know? At those times, these DJ, the older DJ, them go to a hard times because they make them name Rankin, Trevor, Nicodemus, and all of those DJ was on sound system. So big up to all the people who know, say, sound sound system is the real culture
Yeah.
and a deep culture of reggae music.
Wow. Father,
Yes, culture is the beginning.
Yeah, culture is the beginning. So Father Beat.
Yes, and sound system.
Yes.
That's where it starts from. In some of the rappers, them.
Yeah.
Remember, some of the rappers, them. It was created by Machuki and all those guys coming in from Jamaica after things here, and a lot of people think that yes, Ura is the man. Ura is the man that take it to another level.
True.
But you have maybe five more DJ that was very popular in dancehall sound system same way. But Ura did take it to another level, like DJ like High Rai, who was in also a high standard like Ura.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
Eddie Sal Capone. You know what I mean? Just name them, man. Just name them. So sound system is the beginning of everything where reggae music concerned, because back in the days in Jamaica, if we want to hear a song that really say brand new, we have to go to a dance site to hear the DJ say brand new.
True.
You understand? You understand? Because
True.
the radio station never plays certain songs.
Yes.
And the radio station used to play mostly American songs.
True.
So big up the sound system crew.
Yeah, man. So then
sound system crew is the real thing, and I thank you guys for people like you that really can spread it to the South African people and all over the world, and
True.
make them know and understand, who never understand certain things where reggae music is coming from and what is the beginning of reggae music. And I want to get to another point.
Okay.
I want to get to another point that people maybe don't understand. There was a thing named Mento, right? And Mento was the beginning of it, because what used to happen back in the days, Caxton, Drew Creed, and those people used to travel, come to foreign.
Uh-huh.
And at that time, they used to bring back what they call blues.
Yeah, the blues music.
The Louis Jordan.
Yes.
And then Jamaica come with a Mento. Mento was something similar, maybe turn Calypso. Maybe it's Mento actually turned Calypso. I think, because Mento was before Calypso, and then you have a great thing that came together named Ska.
Ska, yes.
Which is Ska is internationally.
Yeah, Ska.
So after Ska, so Mento break down to Ska, and after Ska break right down to Rocksteady.
Rocksteady,
which I think Rocksteady is still the best era in Jamaica history, even though they say it only lasts for 18 months.
Okay, so Father Screw, hold that thought. What I want to ask you, just to take you a little bit back to what you just said. If you look at those three, are you okay for me to call them genres? Would we say these were genres of reggae music, from ska, rocksteady, and tempo?
Say that again.
What I'm saying is, are we categorizing these as different genres now, or it's one genre that is progressing?
Well, let me tell you something still. Everything coming from the ska.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Everything is coming from the ska, and this is why ska. I don't know why some of these young youth them don't really get involved in ska, because any place they go in the world, people love ska. I'm not saying that, I mean, we did change the era. I'm not saying one thing have to last forever, but ska is forever. Rocksteady is forever.
Yeah.
The reggae is forever, because the name reggae will never change.
True.
You understand?
True.
And the fact about the whole thing, after ska, musician create, I don't know which musician actually, but they come together and they create a thing named ska, which mash up the whole of Jamaica. And when I use the term say mash up, I don't like to use that word. It's not really mash up, I mean nice it up. You understand? The thing about that, then somebody came up with an idea to break the music down. Like, for instance, Drew Creed, as a great producer, Treasure Island, never really liked Rocksteady that much. Treasure Island was really like a ska man, because he think Rocksteady was too slow.
Okay.
But the fact about the whole thing, he make Rocksteady song, and Rocksteady song go famous on its label, so he couldn't stop making Rocksteady.
You're referring to Treasure Isle, right?
Yeah, Treasure Island,
yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and
okay.
if you notice, Treasure Isle actually back out of the business when reggae started.
Oh,
Treasure Isle didn't make too much reggae.
Wow.
And a lot of people don't know that. So I lift up my hand. I lift up my hand to the great Sir Caxton Clement, that who is the greatest producer in Jamaica history.
Wow.
Sir Caxton Studio One
Wow.
is the greatest producer to me in Jamaica history, because Sir Caxton make gospel, he make all kind of punk rock tune, and he make all kind of stuff, and then he make the hardcore one drop.
Yes.
That's where the one drop sound coming from. Studio One.
Oh, wow.
And as you know, it's never every artist that record for Studio One.
Yes,
but I would say
yes.
90% of the artists in Jamaica record for Studio One. The Wailers, everybody come right up.
Yes.
You know, they go to Studio One like the music school.
True.
You
true.
understand?
True.
And he did a great job, and still putting out song that never been released.
Yeah.
So this is why I choose to call myself Downbeat, because I love that nothing sweet to me like those rock steady rhythm.
Wow.
The one drop sound. You know
Wow.
what I mean? And you know, big up to the guys. If you notice, Ken Booth,
Yes.
Leroy Sibbles, and those artists,
Uh-huh.
they're still doing stage show after song that they make 40 years ago.
That's very true. That is very true.
Look into that, all South African people and who love reggae music, what I just say.
Yeah.
Song that make 40 years ago, these artists that's still alive
Are
is
still
doing
touring.
stage show of those songs.
Wow.
Because the younger producer
Yes.
not really recording those artists anymore.
That's
and
true.
these artists still doing show and going over the world and performing. Beautiful.
That's true.
Yeah, man.
That's very true.
So if you're building a house, you got to start from the foundation.
That's it. That's it.
And the foundation, once the foundation collapsed, that's it. But the foundation never collapsed.
Yep.
Rocksteady became reggae.
Yep.
And in between reggae became roots.
Yep.
And it was in between the light with the rockers. You have something named rockers with actually the roots same way.
Yes.
Right in between the line until it actually say roots.
Yep.
So roots, rock, reggae. That's how I look into it.
Wow.
Okay.
Bob Marley say that too, right? Remember? Roots, rock, reggae. Bob Marley said it. And he says he feel it in the one drop, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Father. This is
So-
Dennis here, sir. Yeah?
Yes, man. So
yeah, man.
it's always a blessing for me to share a little bit with people
Yeah, man.
that I could share the real truth. I only talk that I know, and I only talk that I see. And I am glad that up until today, from 1972, I am still a part of it. I thank God for that, man.
Yeah,
Bless
man.
him.
Big up,
and
big up.
bless all the people who listen to reggae music and know that little island of Jamaica creates some beautiful stuff. And if you notice, every reggae artist in the world love Africa.
That's
Yeah,
true.
man.
And
That's true.
I think every black people should love Africa.
That's true.
You don't
man.
understand?
That's
Because
true.
believe you, my brethren, we make a lot of song that says Africa, and it go big time for us.
Okay.
Right.
You understand? So
yes, I've got a
blessing
question
to
for
all
you.
African people. Blessing to all African people. I told us through original Downbeat selector and owner.
Yep.
Say that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
I've got a question for you. Reggae music in relation to the other types of music. I've listened. I've checked that reggae now is being fused to some R&B. Is it a good thing, or what is your take on that?
Well, the fact about reggae music right now, a lot of people say we are losing reggae music, but I wouldn't say we are actually losing reggae music. The fact about it, I don't think when reggae music really created, reggae music was only created for Jamaicans alone, or it was created for black people alone.
Yeah.
The word reggae is a name that came up, and the music became, and I predict years ago that the world was going to like it. You understand? So I bless everybody who think that they could play a song and they could say reggae, and if the world like it, thank God for them.
True.
You know?
True.
And,
True.
and things like that, because I don't think reggae was only made for Jamaican. is a great thing that created Jamaica, and we have to get Africa again created, because all those drum rolls and those things coming from originally the African days too.
True.
So Africa people, I want you to know that your all is a big part of reggae too.
That's very true. That's true.
Yes.
Father Screw, there is burning questions that obviously the continent would like to know, and I'm gonna ask you these questions in two parts, right? So the first part of this question is, we want to know the influence of the genres that you have spoken right now leading up to the 70s and then into the 80s. The first question I want to ask you before we ask you questions regarding to sound system culture and clashes, there is a burning question that is everywhere you go on social media, people are asking questions and it does not seem like someone is giving them the correct answer. There was also another prominent elder who was on record also saying his facts regarding to the question I'm going to ask you. Now, the question goes like this. When exactly did dancehall music start? Because reggae music has always been like the way you broke it down from all the foundation eras, from rocksteady, we spoke about ska, all those genres. When it progressed, there was a time where everybody's mouth, a word called dancehall was coming out of everybody's mouth, be it a selector or a DJ. In your time, when did dancehall actually start to exist?
Dancehall business started, I don't remember the exact date, but I could tell you that dancehall business, as far as what I know, but dancehall business is going from 60s. And I'm going to tell you why I tell you that dancehall business was going from 60s.
Yeah.
Back in the days, just like I say before, when you have the older DJs, they used to play song and they used to toast on the song. The fact about, I could tell you this, then. Let me break it up in a little way to you right now.
Okay.
I remember I used to listen a sound named Sir George the Atomic, and why I go back again to say Studio One is so great. I remember when you used to have ska rhythm.
Okay.
When I heard a selector named Prince Ruff is in my history big time. Used to play a sound named Sir George the Atomic. And there was another sound named another sound named Sons of Junior Sebastian, and they playing like less than a mile on the same street of each other. Now, one dancehall was a popular dancehall, and the other dancehall was because of political affair. One dancehall, every dance you keep here, it could run. And the next dancehall, for some reason, every dance you keep there would flop. If it's not certain people keeping that dance. And one night you have a sound like Son to Junior Sebastian was playing up the top of this famous dancer, was carrying the swing at the time. And this guy named Sir George come down and people was walking up and down in the street, because back in the days in Jamaica, when people come at dancehall used to start 8 o'clock in the night, right? And the sound used to come a little bit early, and they used to play like an early set of tune, and then they would tell you that that's all for free. And if 100 people or 50 people in the dance, they stop the music, and all those people have to come out the dance, and they actually have to pay again when they start the dance, and they use their sign-on.
Wow.
Record. You know what I mean by a sign-on record?
Wow.
Everybody used to have their sign-on record.
Yes.
You understand? Now, when they play that sign-on record, when the crowd come to a dance, nobody just never used to come and just pay right away. Everybody used to come and they stand up outside until either the big DJ come to, the main DJ that come, that they come to DJ the song.
Okay.
And so it's either the main DJ or it's going to be one big tune that DJ going to play.
Okay.
That if it's 200 people outside, going to bring in 160 people instantly.
Wow.
So I remember the night this guy played Bob Marley's song. The Wailers, I should say. That time it was the Wailers.
Yes.
And he played a Wailers song named Jailhouse.
Yes.
Jailhouse get empty.
Yeah.
Rudy get taller. You understand?
Yeah.
And Ry Richard, which was a singer and blow the mouth organ in his nose. And Ry Richard, he played a mouth organ version, where you play the mouth organ version. That's part 2.
Uh-huh.
And the selector said, I'm going to play you counteraction 3. Now, counteraction 3, it will be a rhythm that probably only played by him, which is just a rhythm without no mouth organ or vocal in it.
Okay.
Now, when he played that rhythm, right away dancehall just start ram right away. You understand? So the fact about dancehall was going on from in 60s, brethren.
Wow.
And what we really call dancehall,
yes,
we call dancehall where you go rent a hall.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
You rent a hall and you keep dance at the hall.
Okay.
So it became dance hall.
So
DJ was there live.
Wow.
So dancehall was coming from 60s. Don't make nobody tell you nothing, brethren.
Wow.
It was originally from 16 because it was early DJ, like some of the DJ like I know. Conrad Tuki.
Yeah.
Lord Comic.
Yep.
King Stitch. Uri come. You have maybe 6 DJ as far as what I know. Even before that, Uri get famous. And Uri come and take it to another level. So Uri was listening to all these people that I just call them name. And if you ever interview in the history, we'll tell you that too.
Wow.
But Daddy Uri take it. And then you have a great sound system that came up. I think that sound came maybe 68, 69.
Okay.
A sound by the name of the great King Tubby's.
Yes, King Tubby's. Yeah.
King Tubby's to me is one of the greatest sound ever in Jamaica history up until today.
Yeah.
Because he bring in echo on the sound.
Yeah.
He got a different sound.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just amazing, with his treachery rhythm them, with the upsetter rhythm them.
Yes.
And things like that. But then again, each sound system have a DJ.
Wow.
Each sound system have a DJ.
Yes.
Was DJ in the song where you play part 1 and part 2. And that's what we call dancehall. Because we call dancehall when you can play a song and play part 2. That is dancehall. And dancehall been around from in the 60s. So anybody else say I'm wrong, I'm going to say, I'm so sorry for them because I'm not wrong.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not wrong. Believe me, brethren, I was there. I was there when I heard the first song that maybe they might say, a lot of people say the first song was a reggae. But to me, as far as my memories was telling me, I think maybe the first reggae song to me was Nanny Goat by Larry Marshall.
Wow.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
A lot of people don't know.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know. And Nanny Goat Rhythm was also made as the first song for Jacob Miller.
The Nanny Goat?
Up until Jacob Miller and Downbeat is the only sound that have that song today that never been released on Nanny Goat Rhythm.
On
Jacob
the Nanny
Miller.
Goat Rhythm? Wow.
Jacob Miller first song at Studio One.
Yes.
And they could look all over the internet and everything. They're never going to find it until Downbeat comes to South Africa and play it for them live again.
But Father Downbeat, you have just opened a can of worms here, all right? Because
yes.
you've opened a can of worms because this debate, and I think you are also aware of this debate that has been going around to try and pinpoint exactly. And the era so if it was in the 70s, basically, if we look at all these artists who were not affiliated to any labels, because I don't think there were any reggae labels at that time, and like what you said, you will have selectors that time were celebrities because every DJ would wait for this famous selector to come and he puts his record on with this rhythm that he is the only one playing so that they can just go and ride on that rhythm, correct?
That's right. That's right. And I'm going to tell you another history again while we're in this subject.
Uh-huh.
And I want all African people and anybody over the world should know this.
Yep.
Another step about dancehall again. you have to give the late Lincoln Sugar Minott, because Sugar Minott was the first artist that I'll actually sing about dancehall.
Wow.
Did you know that?
I didn't even know that.
Get them in a dancehall style.
I know that
For
song.
the dancehall fans.
Yes, I know the song, but I didn't know he was the first one to sing about dancehall.
First artist, I would like to see somebody come up. You know who made the first dubplate special in the history?
No.
Probably back about 1962, 63.
Yeah?
An artist named Owen Gray. Did you know that?
I don't even know him for the Downbeat.
That's the first special ever. That's the first special ever make singing about the sound system.
Wow.
So all these custom made that make it now and think custom made is custom built song is new. It is not new. The first one ever made
Yes.
was Owen Gray singing for Sir Coxsone. I'm dancing to Sir Coxsone on the beach.
Wow.
Look it up.
Wow.
Look it up.
Wow.
I know my history when it comes to reggae music, brethren. And I'm not telling you what I don't know.
Wow.
And I want to see the person who can counteract that when I tell you. Owen Gray was the first man that sing a custom made I'm dancing to Sir Coxsone on the beach. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Now you've
So if we're going to talk about a special,
Yeah.
that's the first special ever made.
now you've just brought me to that subject of specials that I wanted to ask you. But now let's go back a little bit. I know the time of Duke Reid and Sir Coxsone. They also used to have clashes then, back in the day. But what I want to know is those clashes that they used to have back then. What we want to know is there is always also a cloud surrounding what is called a special, what is called a dubplate. So can you break it down and also just explain to us what sort of those songs when your Sir Coxsone when that era and your Duke Reid when they were doing these clashes or when they were stringing up sounds back in the days, were those specials or were those dubplates that they were playing?
All right. Let me break that down. Beautiful question.
Okay.
Let me tell you what happened. Back in the days, you have Sir Coxsone and probably Duke Reid. They were both traveling what they call maybe doing farm work or whatever they're doing.
Okay.
You know?
Yes.
And they travel to the States. And when they travel to the States, you know, each person gets certain song, whether it's blues, and he played for the first time in Jamaica where maybe 3/4 of the dancehall hearing that song for the first time.
Uh-huh.
And that's where it comes. So let's say Duke Reid play a Louis Prima song, right?
Yes.
Coxsone may play a Louis Jordan. You understand?
Yes.
And the crowd might go for the Louis Jordan. It might be the crowd better than, like they may think that is a better song.
Okay.
So they were always completed. But here's what interested come up to it now. When Studio One them started to build a studio and make pies for themselves, Studio One, you could have played a song on Studio One, and Studio One would have leave that dance and go straight back to his studio and vice a tune Yeah. He would leave and go back to his place and go back. Listen, at one time, the sound system business was so nice and sweet that you have a guy like King Edward Song.
Yes.
Great song, one of the heavy sound in Jamaica history.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And you have, they call him King Edward's the musical giant.
Okay.
You understand?
Uh-huh.
Then you would have Duke Reid, and then you have a great sound that come named Prince Buster.
Yes, Prince
right?
Buster, yes.
When Prince Buster come, he was the man where you call the troublemaker.
Okay.
Him trouble everybody and have some great lyrics to back up him things too.
Wow.
So at one time, Duke Reid and Coxsone, they form a team together for gang up against Prince Buster.
Okay.
You understand? And they used to make songs that throwing word of each other.
Okay.
If you listen to some of those songs, and Prince Buster would make a song that I told you I would make them cry. You know what I mean? And things like that, no indecent language or nothing like that.
Yeah.
And if you listen back some of those songs, and then Studio One them would come back now they would make song like with all Delroy Wilson singing aside and say, if you spit in the sky, it will fall in your eye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Joe Creed and, the Joke and the Prince was like your mother and father.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And those songs became that playing in dancehall for the first time until they end up going final to sell.
Wow.
Like, for instance, then I tell you another story.
Uh-huh.
When Delroy Wilson made Conquer Me was a special for Studio One.
Oh, wow.
And the first time Studio One played Conquer Me,
yes,
it damaged the place, and everywhere it go, it damaged the place. And then his friend them start encouraging that he can release that song. So just release it on a record.
Oh, wow. Because
Conquer Me make as a special, don't have Cox's name in it, but it just say you're trying to conquer me.
Yes,
nobody else could play it but Cox.
And it became a big song.
That big song up until today.
Up until today, it's a big song. Wow.
Big song. until when Soundman come now and everybody start to make a distribution. Just try to control Roddy. You try to conquer Jaro. You try to conquer me. And you try to conquer me. And up until now, Downbeat had the real one with Delroy Wilson, the original conquering him.
Wow. Yeah. So
all these clashes that you're talking about,
yes,
they was clashing against each other.
Yes.
And there was fighting musically.
Yes.
Musically. And then you have the fans them outside now, which say, ooh, a church ride at the bodies, True Creed at the bodies, Studio One at the bodies, and things like that. But Studio One have the songs them because True Creed was bad, but he never have the songs them like Studio One.
All right.
Because Studio One have all the great artists them like Jackie Opel sing all them, those bad tunes,
Yes.
No use of you hanging around on your bending knee, and all those bad scare.
Wow.
The Wailers them have all them tune there, who gonna dance with me? The Wailers, one of the greatest group in Jamaica history.
That's true.
You know that?
That's true.
The Wailers, the Gaylors, and all those groups, those group was great. So when Bob Marley reached to what they reached, they more than deserve it.
That's very true.
The message was always there from early, One Love. A lot of people don't know that the Wailers sing One Love in ska first.
Yes,
Bob Marley.
Yes, that's true. That's very true.
A lot of people not even know that the Wailers was 6 people. Originally, the group was 6 people.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Right. The Wailers originally is 4 male and 2 female.
Okay. And
originally.
Yes.
That's where the Wailers is coming from. And that time, everybody was like following the American group, like the Impressions, them we have a much people.
Yes, the Impressions, yes.
And the Temptations.
Temptations, yes.
And so all of these, the techniques have maybe 5 people. A lot of people don't know that Bob Andy used to in the Paragons.
Yeah, I know that history.
You didn't know that?
Yes, I know that history. Yes, but
Bob Andy was in the Paragons.
Yes, I know that.
Slim Smith was the original singer with the techniques.
Wow.
And I think Slim Smith probably leave the techniques maybe before he started to. I think he leave the techniques before. I didn't think he sing no rock steady with techniques. I'm not so sure, but I don't think Slim Smith sing rock steady with techniques because he leave the techniques and form a group named the Uniques.
Okay.
And he sing all this bad rock steady then with the Uniques until he goes solo.
Yeah.
And the Uniques was originally Slim Smith.
Yes.
Light Chalmers, Pass. Jimmy Riley.
Okay.
And Ry Shirley. There was the original Uniques.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's
I could tell you some history for the next year straight and doesn't miss.
I know that for a bit. So now I want to fast forward a little bit, right? Obviously to try and get to like our younger listeners and obviously to the younger generation. But before I get to nowadays, I want to take you to the 80s now. I want to take you to exactly 1984. I believe your first sound clash ever to take place was in 1984. Is that correct?
No.
Is that wrong?
I was clashing from in 70s, man. I
was
killing sound from in 70s.
Oh, wow.
And the reason why I tell you that, I mean, I was killing sound that it never reached to the way it reach now. But I was killing sound in Connecticut, Bridgeport, Connecticut. I was killing sound all over the place, man. Nothing could have tested Downbeat all over the place coming up.
Wow.
And Downbeat is one of the longest sound who keep this energy going, and it was pay foundation song and righteous reality song Downbeat played during the years coming up. Yeah. This is why I know real music always be the best. Yeah, real music.
Yeah, man.
And if you think you say maybe my first clash was in the 84, who you think it was?
Well, that was my assumption. My assumption was maybe your first sound clash in America was in the 80s, or you were already clashing in the 70s.
No, man, I clash in the 70s coming up, man. I clash in the 70s. I'm going to tell you something, man.
Yeah.
I play a sound one night, about 1976 or 77, and I'm going to tell you this. I play Low Ranger song, Love Bump,
yes.
Low Ranger.
Yeah.
I play Low Ranger Love Bump for maybe 1 year before it release. And
Yeah.
dubplate.
Yeah.
Listen to me carefully.
Father Screw.
At that time,
Father Screw, just hold that thought. We want to run a commercial. We just want to run a commercial right now. Stay on the line. Don't move. We just want to run a commercial whilst you're on the phone, and then we'll come back for you to answer that question. In case you're listening right now, we got Father Screw, who's on the phone right now, all the way in New York City. You're going to see you in the back after this commercial. Tell a friend, we're there. A thing called.
Yeah, man. Listen.
Yes, man, Crew, we're back with Father Tony Screw all the way in New York City right about now. Father Screw, you were explaining to us about when you started your first sound clash. Can you just tell us exactly when that was?
That I was telling you about, it's about 1977.
Okay.
When Lorenzo did Love Bump for Studio One, right? And I play a sound that night, and I play Love Bump and a dub plate, which I still have the dub plate. And I'm going to tell you a history. Lorenzo did another song for Studio One and Love Bump that never been released up until today. I'm the only Lorenzo not even remember the next song he do on the rhythm. Bad. And I am the only sound in the world today that have that Low Ranger song. I have more than one Low Ranger that never been released. I have a Low Ranger song and Burning Spear, swell-headed rhythm that only Downbeat alone could play.
I don't even know that.
No, you could not know, because that song never released. And this is why pre-release song at that time, to me, sometimes it's really better than dubplate, if you ask me. And the reason why I would explain that to the crowd at that time, let's say if you is a producer and you make some song and you say to me that Downbeat, I'm just going to give you couple of songs and I want only you alone, I want to play them for now.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Nobody else could play them because you keep your word and you never give it to nobody else.
That's
only
true.
Downbeat. So I am the lone of it. But sometimes an artist would give you a song and say, Downbeat, you're the only man of this song.
Yeah.
And if that artist is not passed, somebody else maybe go offer him some bigger money and he do it.
And he's not going to be loyal.
If you go in the dance and say only can play by me, you have to be very careful. You might look embarrassed. You understand? But if you produce a song and you know that it's only Downbeat, like for instance then, I have Here I Come with Dennis Brown. Everybody know Here I Come.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And even a lot of people that never realized that Dennis Brown, the Here I Come for Upset for 90 Observer first.
As a song, as a record, or as a dubplate?
As a record. He did it Upsetter, 90 Observer.
Yes.
First.
Oh, is okay.
That was the first actually one.
All
and
right.
Then Tats make it, and Tats won't go a cappella.
Oh wow.
Tats won't go international. Every youth, the younger youth, them today, everybody play Here I Come in Dennis Brown. But I am the only person that have a special mix of that song.
Wow.
And if people listen to me sometime on the boardwalk, they will hear some exclusively songs sometimes they wonder. And so we don't need to get those songs because all the producers them. As a matter of fact, I'm going to change the conversation for a minute.
Okay.
And big up one of the great producers from Jamaica, Mr. Jojo, the owner of Channel One that died about 4 days ago.
Okay.
And yes, and I have to respect Channel One studio who makes so much popular song and so much hit song come out of that studio from different producer.
That's very true.
And I know Jojo because he came to my house and we talked him on Jeremy and Penthouse. And these people, I don't know why I didn't turn a producer, but these people see a lot of love in me. And as a matter of fact, Jojo was very friendly with me because Jojo's favorite DJ at that time was Brigadier Jerry.
Okay.
And he know that Brigadier was my good friend, and he want me to convince Brigadier to do some song for Channel One, which Brigadier did do it.
Okay.
But Jojo responds me very highly, very, very highly. So I want to show my condolence to the family for Mr. Jojo. I don't remember his last name actually pronounced. Up King or something like that. I think it's Hook and with a Kin. But respect to Jojo Channel One, respect that just passed away a few days ago. Condolence to the whole Channel One family and Hitbound label.
Yeah,
okay?
Definitely. Channel One played they played an intricate role. A lot of the Channel One music, they still stand the test of time up to this day.
Oh my God, he just built a digital studio in Jamaica,
Wow.
I don't know what's going to be with that, but I think he got a couple brothers still in Jamaica, but he just built a big time studio in Jamaica, but enough respect to the man. The man love reggae music. He Channel One became one, Sly and Robbie them started to get famous by the revolution from Channel One studio.
That's very true.
Yes, sir. I know what I'm talking about. And these guys love me. When Barry Brown song make Far East,
yes,
I was playing on dubplate in Jamaica. I was the one who encouraged Jojo to release the Leroy Smart Meaning of Life on Far East, and that song was released in America before it released in Jamaica, because Channel One used to have a record shop in Brooklyn and Utica Avenue.
Okay.
You understand?
Yep.
And it was him and my friend, a guy that a late guy named Lowell Il Tanka.
Okay.
Remember that label?
Tanka? Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Johnny Dollar with Roland Burrell, and stuff like that. Great producer, the whole of them, Jeremy and all of them work in a good record shop in Utica and Brooklyn named Keith's Record Shop, bringing some great reggae music from Jamaica. Enough respect to all the people who do the export to New York, and because New York was kind of late.
Yes.
And when I say kind of late, when I came to New York, I don't know which reggae station I don't remember, but I tell you the truth.
Yep.
Reggae was well behind in New York when I came here in 1970. The only time I hear a reggae play on the station, the station by the name of 1010, I hear Desmond Decker, Poor Mean Israelite.
Yes.
That's the only reggae I hear.
Well,
yes.
So now you got, that's why you always have this argument that the Massive in England always claim to say they had reggae in England before everybody else in New York. So that's where New York and the UK Massive.
Yes, man, the UK Massive. I lift up my hand for all of them. This is why when Downbeat go to play the UK,
true,
they honor Downbeat. So because listen, brethren,
yeah,
I don't have to brag about nothing.
Yeah,
I don't want to do interview too much, but when I'm in the mood, I like to tell people the truth and talk what I know.
That's true.
Those English people, brethren, because I'm going to tell you something about that very quick.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of songs that made in Jamaica, recorded in Jamaica, that never released in Jamaica before they go to England.
Oh,
They're
wow.
made in Jamaica, but they go to England. And maybe it's maybe
Yeah.
the better money, better money,
Yeah.
more money, or whatever the situation may be. But I have met one English person yet that I meet that love music that doesn't know songs.
Wow.
Believe you me. So the England people, and I think some of the best collectors them also is in the UK. I think so too.
Wow.
So lift up my hand to all the people in the UK, all over. And then when I talk about London, my town that, and I will be there December 8th. And that's going to be a nice dance. David Radigan, Saxon, Fatman Sound, and Downbeat the 8th of December. That's going to be a beautiful big people dance.
That's
for
gonna
Queen Rankin Merva.
That's gonna be an epic dance, Father's Crew. That's gonna be.
You can imagine Radigan playing his dubplate.
Yeah.
Saxon, a great sound playing his dubplate.
Yeah.
And Fatman Sound and Downbeat, have the deepest box in sound business.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's
a
very
lot of people
true.
didn't know that.
Wow.
Downbeat have the deepest box in sound business.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The deepest.
Yes.
Remember, I don't say the most double.
The most, but the deepest.
Box.
The deepest. You are
right.
goes the furthest back. If you want to go back, it's got the deepest double.
And big up. Yeah, and I have to big up Sasha Marnie.
Yeah.
Because Sasha Marnie and me get along pretty good, and Sasha Marnie could tell you when I have Luciano live at my birthday.
Yes.
I bring Sasha Marnie's sound. It was an honor for me to play there
yes.
at my birthday. I don't show off on my friend. I talk to my friend. I like to share the business.
That's true.
You understand?
That's true.
A lot of people don't share it with me, but I like to share it with them. And this is why I talk so long, because generally I would just give you 10 minutes and I'm gone.
Yeah, no, that's
so
true. Yeah.
You get this interview because the love of reggae and because of Sasha Marnie. So enough respect to him and all African people and all the people in the world that can listen on the internet and everything, and know that everything that Tony stays just from the love from my heart. Believe me, there's many people not going to get this type of interview. No. Believe me, I'm telling you.
No, I respect that. Father Downbeat, I don't want to lie to you. It's even from just to take words out of your mouth, what you just said right now, for us here in Africa to even be looking at the international stage when it comes to legendary selectors like yourself, to research about yourself and all the other greats. It's all because of sounds like Sasha Marnie, who have represented the continent of Africa very well to try and expose us to the entire world. So I agree with you fully that Papa Bingi is playing a very huge role in the upliftment of the music coming from Africa. But before I let you go, I have to ask you this question. This is very important for us because a lot of sound systems in Africa are only starting to get into the habit of voicing dubplates. And what we are finding is that we're finding a lot of challenges, especially with a lot of artists, because some of the pricing when it comes to dubplates is something that is not attainable, yet those are the same artists who still come to the continent of Africa and they command a lot of money for stage shows. What is your take when it comes to dubplate pricing nowadays compared to when you were in your prime days voicing dubplates? What is your take?
Well, I tell you something right now. To be very honest,
okay.
most of the artists I can't afford them.
Okay.
You know, and I would make it simple as that way. And the fact about the whole thing, this is something that I don't want to say it and the artists them feel away, or I don't want to say it and the sound man them feel away. Because really and truly, there are some sound men who maybe can afford it to pay what they want.
Yes.
And there are some sound men who can't really afford it.
Yes.
So the bottom line of it coming down, maybe the artist might feel like if you can't afford it, leave it alone. Now, in the 80s, I used to buy, if you see my garage, my garage is loaded in songs, and I used to buy, coming up in the 80s, 90s, I used to buy like, 10, 15 song, 12 song on the same rhythm track to keep up to the business, to support all the new artists them and know what's going on. But what happened that every time somebody called me, they called me to play at a foundation dance.
Yes.
So I was wondering how much it paying for me. And then I see dubplate start to get sky high. And I just live off music. In other words, I registered my sound to the government and I pay a little tax.
Yes.
But Downbeat, it wasn't a sound that I actually stopped doing 95, and I was living just to play music then. So I was playing music and spending back, and I find that it was getting really too expensive for me.
I see.
Because if you and it reached a way that I glad in the 80s when I really could afford it.
Yes.
To send maybe $1,500 a month to Jamaica. It was worth it, because if I send my $1,500 a month to Jamaica, I could have get 12 dubs.
Okay. All right.
I'm sometime more,
Wow.
And because I make it possible for a lot of foundation artists and a lot of artists. A lot of these new artists now, I don't know some of them. And because of that, I keep on. Sometimes I meet them on a festival or so. And like for instance, artists like Chronic, I would love to have him.
Yes.
I never meet him before. I get 2 opportunities to meet him. I try to meet him on Jamrock Cruise. I was playing the same night and I didn't get a chance to meet him. I fall asleep and stuff like that.
True.
But I figure out if I meet an artist like that, sure know the name Downbeat.
Yeah.
You might say, this is Father Downbeat. I'm going to deal with Father Downbeat. Different.
That's very true.
But dubplate isn't become. But I was remember all the songs then that you don't have to remember. That 45 is also the key. Never leave out the 45 song in the dance, because it's not every dubplate going to give you a response.
That's very true. That is very true.
It's not every dubplate going to give you a response. And if you play popular 45 with the dubplate mix, it can be great for these songs, because believe you me,
yes,
I don't want to take my loss and buy a dubplate tonight and then tomorrow I don't have food to eat.
That's very true. That is very true.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
so
that's true.
My opinion, and the younger sound that coming up, if they can afford to do it, they are always welcome.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And I think it get influence from a lot of sound who in Europe,
yes,
where maybe could find the money quicker.
Yeah.
And they don't complain with the artists to say, if the artist say they want this, they would say yes, and they want it.
That's true.
And if it came, but with Downbeat, I don't care how a million, I don't care how much custom made song you want to have. I'm going to come with my tune them, and when you finish play, I'm going to play too. Of course. You can't play all your dubplate all night, because when you finish, my time come, right?
Yes.
And when I finish, your time come.
Yes, so I can play whatever. Yes.
And I'm going to play a song to say only can play by Downbeat, and it's not have to be in a custom made song too. Of course, I made custom made long time. I made custom made song long time, but you can imagine right now, if I pay $1,000 for a dub, I'm going to fret for the rest of the month.
Oh, that's very true. That is very true, Father School.
No, I will say that, but maybe if I have it,
yeah,
I would advise 10.
That's true. That's true.
Maybe if I don't have it, worse if I like the artist, because in my rules, if I like an artist, when an artist became friend, all of these sound advice in all is custom. If they play Downbeat, they gotta watch out. They can't play. They gotta be careful with Sugar Minor. They better be careful on Gregory. They better be careful on Ken Boo. They better be careful on Halton. They gotta be careful on that. Yeah? So
that's very
Downbeat
true.
as a foundation sound.
Yeah.
And guess what happened? Here's the good part of it.
Yeah.
When I have my foundation song, if I decide to go out and play a little odd number song, all I have to do is just get some of the 10 of the new song that really hitting right now and get them out in the first or 2 round, and that's it for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't, he's got nothing else to play.
That's right.
Yeah.
You understand? So I'm not going to be a hypocrite, a hypocrite person to say artists deserve song, and I think that big tune artists going to want big money for big tune. But I kind of keep myself as a foundation sound during the years. If you notice, when I'm on the boardwalk, I don't play too much dubplate.
True.
I have to play some dubplate, because some people that don't like dubplate,
Yeah.
Yeah, some people don't like it, and some people, my dubplate them, I don't use no, I don't have to tell no sound about this and that and that.
Yes.
Of course, my dubplate them is killing, but it is a different type of killing.
That's
I'm not
very
gonna
true.
say I'm going to kill your mother and your father
Yeah.
and all them kind of things. We want the music to spread on. So Downbeat is a sound. If anybody listen to Downbeat, they could listen how Downbeat play. I will say only can play by Downbeat, or if I would say sound say they bad, but this is a bad tune. But I'm not gonna use us in decent language and tell sound. But the younger youth them, they might get away with it. But I will just tell the sound them, music is music.
That's
and you
very
can
true.
play. I will tell you one story.
Yeah.
1984, when I was crowned the king. Right now, Downbeat is still the king of New York because I am the only sound that ever crowned, real crown, in New York City.
Oh, wow.
And still at the crown for America.
Oh, wow.
And when I was crowned in Jamaica, I tell you this. I went down to Jamaica. I cut one box of special, transco box. Those box, dubplate those times.
Yes.
And I make one box of pre-release song. And when I say pre-release song, actually, those pre-release song was like special because in those times when you're clashing, you could play anything you want to play.
That's true.
It's no rules of playing strictly dubplate.
Yeah.
You could play 45.
Uh-huh.
You could play dubplate any time of the dance you wanted to play. And I never forgot that night. The first time America ever heard them a lick shot with Michael Palmer, it was played by Downbeat in a dancehall.
Oh, wow.
I can tell you, and the first time people hear a Leroy Smart, all the dubplates that I cut,
Yes.
I play a Leroy Smart true name. I am the Don, mash up the whole place. No dubplate. It was only one dubplate special, which is one of my biggest anthems because I have so many anthems. But this was one of my biggest anthems when I played and tear down the club tonight. When I play half band, play by Downbeat alone. 1984 was Vice at King John's studio. One slap for half band. It's like King John's himself. Yes, play by Downbeat alone. That time, Shine DJing for Downbeat.
But at that time,
and even Shine started to sweat because Shine didn't have Billie Jean, and I didn't have Billie Jean on dubplate yet because Shine did Billie Jean for another sound that was competing with me, African Love.
Okay, African Love.
I couldn't play it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And when I play half band, play by Downbeat alone, that was it for the dance right there.
Was that the same dance?
Take the bus, take the train, come on Downbeat tonight. Yeah.
Was that the dance is that the same dance that you played African Love? Who else was in that clash? Was Papa Mookie in that clash?
African Love and Papa Mookie.
And Papa Mookie. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I remember.
Yes.
That is
that same dance.
That is a very big dance.
King Jammys, when I play King Jammys in 1985 in a wicked dance, Downbeat and King Jammys.
Yes.
And when I play Downbeat playing in the ghetto with Johnny Osborne, King Jammys go back to Jamaica 85 and record it. Yeah.
Wow.
Dubplate in the ghetto and ask King Jammys if you ever interview him, tell you the truth if he's not lying.
Wow.
Those was my anthem. You understand?
Yes.
Those was my anthem, and a Malibu one, it was a keep on dubbing them downbeat, botheration, lot of murderation. It's a lot of things don't be do for the business. I'm not rich, but I'm proud to be here because guess what happened? I'm going to tell the people this because in my history, they will see it in my book and everything. Bob Marley was the first man who actually endorsed me and tell me 1969, youth, long live for you, and you have the ears for the music and kill them in a dance hall. That's what Bob Marley word to me.
Wow.
I buy about 6 records from the king, and knowing to the fact that Bob Marley, after telling me that, who could have believed that the man who tell me that became the king of reggae?
Wow.
And one more thing I'm going to tell you and tell the world. I talked all the while. I earned a vice in a DJ business because the world know that Brigadier was my favorite DJ.
Yes.
And I heard another vice that I say this DJ going to mash up the world. And I bring him to New York for the first time, 1988, for my birthday, Shabba Rankin.
Oh, wow.
And Shabba Rankin got 2 Grammy.
Yes.
And also get Audi artists. And I feel proud of him.
I think up to this day, he is probably one of the biggest artists that has ever actually come out of Jamaica. Shabba Ranks, as much as he doesn't record.
Tell you something.
Yeah.
Listen something. Let me tell the people them things. A lot of people don't know the history about Downbeat because a lot of people not going to say it, and it's you know, some of them know the history, but they won't say it. For now, I get the opportunity, I can say it a little bit.
True.
You know, let me tell you something. Even Bitty McLean in the UK, I bust Bitty McLean in dancehall.
Bitty McLean, big artist.
Right now, I play the most Bitty McLean dub whosoever have him. But Downbeat the rule of bust him in dancehall. You understand? 2004. And I never even know the youth, but I know good song.
That's true.
And when I hear a good song, I take good song and I make good song. And after that, 100 sound man became friend to me. But Bitty's not a guy that no money can buy him out on dubplate. And I tried, and you know, I couldn't convince him. No, he not even talk to me no more. I'm telling you, I haven't talked to Bitty for 6 years now.
Wow.
Yeah. You don't want to hear nothing about dubplate as far as what I know. But I still give thanks that I have some. I got the most with him. I wouldn't tell the world how much I have.
Yeah.
But I, you know, I have some Bitty McLean, not just one. And he did it all because of respect. Because Bitty, I never know. He told me that he used to love my sound.
Yes.
So all I always tell the selectors them, play good music and people. I bust Glenn Washington. I bring Glenn Washington to Studio One.
Wow.
I bust Shinehead.
Wow.
And many, many more. As a sound that living in foreign, I share the music and I have a good feels for the music. I love to talk about the music. That's why I'm on this interview so long. Because I want people to hear and people to learn. The younger youths, them that in the business, I want them to know. So whenever if they get a chance to hear Downbeat, I always going to give you a history. I'm not going to tell you about the gun. I'm not going to tell you about this, but I will tell you the first time I hear a certain tune in a dance, the reaction, and I will tell you everything about reggae music.
Profound.
And I know a little of my soul music too, because sometimes when I'm in a good mood and I play a certain song, I will tell you who sing the song original too. That's my time.
That's very profound.
You know? And you know, I'm getting ready. 4 days from now, or next Wednesday, I'll be in Japan.
Okay.
You understand? And
Okay.
I'm getting ready, and I thank the Father and thank people who know that Tony Screw is a master selector, one of the best in the world.
True.
As a veteran.
True.
One of the best. I could have said the best, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be really a self-praise than that, so I say one of the best because I don't see who better than me right now. No. Because I know the history, and I know what I have. I cut every dub for myself. I put them on the CD myself, and my reading them is bad. Bad. Yeah.
Oh,
LP. I'm going to send a threat right now because I listened to. They called me up on Irish last night, and my good friend, musical talking, my good friend LP, sending a threat because they want to know out of LP and Downbeat. This has been going around for a long time, but I don't have to ask a question.
Okay.
LP afraid of Downbeat. He's afraid of Downbeat. And LP say, he want to play Downbeat. He want to get it finalized, though, but he want to play Downbeat just vocal alone.
Just vocal.
He's going to be sorry today.
He's going to be sorry.
He's going to be sorry today. You understand? He's going to be sorry. I'm going to last him so far. I'm going to make him start walk from here to South Africa.
But Father Downbeat, if you were to pick a sound right now in New York, like right now, these young sounds, every young sound that you speak to, I've got brethren in New York City that I speak to who are sound man. You can't speak to a sound man who doesn't mention your name because they know the role that you've played.
You know why?
Yes.
They have to mention the name because the thing about it, Mr. Dad Caxton tell me that he said to me that If I want to give away my power, it's up to me. But believe you me, I share it so many sound. I mean, there are some songs I rate in New York City. Believe me, for my art, I'm telling you, I rate King Addis very much.
True.
For a long time. And one of the main reasons, the owner for Addis telling me years ago, he says, Downbeat, you are the one who inspired me to build a sound. And Sugar Mine at that own Youth Man promotion, even though he was living in Jamaica, Sugar Miner said to me that Downbeat, you is the one me have to build a sound to play like you, because I never hear nobody play like. If I ever offer Sugar Miner money for a dub when he was alive,
yes,
he would say to me, what are you doing? What you doing, Downbeat? You crazy?
Wow.
Take money from you for a dub?
Wow.
So, and yeah, I rate every sound.
Yes.
Every sound in New York City. So it's not a biased thing, but I have a little sound where I'm going to mention them name. I think they're going to have a big time future in the business.
Yes.
I would love to see they play more. A sound named Camouflage.
Yes, Camouflage. I know them.
I would love to see they play. I would love to see they play more regular. And my bona fide friend.
Yes.
My you have a sound also in the Bronx that wicked to name Blunt Passe.
Oh, Blunt Passe.
And
yeah.
And as you know, I don't reach Shasha Man from long time.
Yes.
But you have a sound that is my personal little friend, and respect him, because the first time he came up to play on a big sound and he asked me, I never let him down up until today. I used him a sound named Young Hawk.
Young Hawk, Jamie Hawk.
Which my
Jamie.
friend for life.
Yeah, Jamie.
Nobody in the face of the earth.
And Jamie
would have me come tell me about clash with Young Hawk.
That's true.
You understand?
Yes.
That's my bona fide for youth.
Yeah.
And respect him, and the youth love the business.
He does.
He have the potential for the business.
Yes.
And anytime that you can say Downbeat, if him say Downbeat, yes, my answer to him will be, yes, me, yes. And remember, me tell you that, brethren.
No, respect Jamie, yeah.
And that youth is brave, great supporter of that little sound, Young Half, and many other sound that I sure respect. Even Soul Supreme them.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you something. Years ago, I'm looking at the trophy right now, award that Soul Supreme Mother them gave me years ago, award in Biltmore Ballroom. You know, because I'm not a person that show off, but I gotta respect these people, them. And Soul Supreme Mother, if she never see the good things that I do in dancehall, she wouldn't have do that, Miss Sally. So Miss Sally, anywhere you stand in the world, remember, don't be to respect that, because I have it to prove or respect. You pay me for play, and you also give me an award. You understand? So enough respect to every soul. So if I don't call everybody name, don't feel no way. But I'm telling you about the sound them that I really, truly respect in New York City, that I think have great potential. And I'm going to hope, even if I'm not around forever, or nobody going to be around forever, that they can carry the business, go on with the business and carry it on. So enough respect to all the sound them in the world.
That's very true. That's very true.
That, you know, yeah.
Father Downbeat, we could go on and on and on with this interview, but I know for a fact that this has been a moment for the African continent that I think should be lauded. You should be given the praise that you deserve. And we want you to continue doing what you're doing, because we are drawing a lot of energy from elders like yourself. And we are always going to make sure, we actually hope that we have promoters listening right now, that one day we might find ourselves saying that Downbeat is going to be stringing up in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Well, yes, let me tell you something, Bridget. When this interview started a while ago, I was folding up some clothes and I put it aside. You understand?
Okay.
And what I did right now, I did it from my heart, and Sasha Man, know that, you know, he know that Tony Screw, when I say I'm going to do something, I do it, and I'm happy I do it. And when you use the word and say Africa, remember, I tell you, Tony Screw never try to fraud that word. You understand?
True.
So it's an honor for me to to the continent of all the people them all over the Africa who support reggae music. I honor all them and all the young youth them and having sound. And some of the youth them even don't maybe understand my little patois or certain thing. One day they will.
Believe me, they do.
I know you. They will. So
they
respect to them. And once they play in reggae music,
yes,
believe me, they will, brethren, and give thanks to them and keep doing it, because to me, I'm going to tell you something right now. Reggae music is the greatest music in the world.
That's
that
very
gift,
true.
I'm telling you, I don't know. It's the greatest music in the world. You don't have to speak English or patois to play reggae, brethren.
No, that's true.
Reggae
That's true.
music, I remember when I was early in New York, and American people, they used. I remember this clearly. They used to like two things. Two things they used to like about Jamaica. I remember. They used to like the dreadlocks. They used to like that long dreadlocks, and they used to say, I don't know what they're saying, but it sounds good. And look where reggae music come to.
It's a
and
globe.
I was a big part of dancehall in America.
That's true.
Yeah. Because
That's true.
I was the man who started saying rubber dub and strictly rubber dub. When you come out of those basements sometime and go outside and the bright light hit you. In those days, you go to a dance in the basement early and you come out, sunshine would blind you. You know? When you come outside, you have to put your hand over your eyes. You know? And because you was in the darkness down there and everything and coming down. And believe you me, and I thank all the people who listen to Downbeat through the ears and know it's a great sound who still managed to going around and play the reggae music. And believe you me, I remember every dance that I played. You just play one tune and see if I don't tell you where that dance was. Just to show you a bad sound.
Wow.
Because I have tune that I played 10 years ago and never play it again. That means I have bad sound. No sound can ever program Downbeat. You may never know what I may come with.
Yes, Father Downbeat.
Enough respect, my brethren.
Manners and respect, sir.
Thank you very much.
No, thanks. The honor is all ours.
And I hope you let me get a copy of this to put in the archive. Like
Definitely.
Definitely. And thank you very much. Enough respect again to all the people in Africa.
Yeah.
And all the people. And I want to pick up one of my good friends that was based in Africa that's lost his life maybe 2 years ago. The great Honorable Frankie Paul.
Yeah, Frankie Paul. Frankie Dancehall Paul.
My good brethren, one of the best dancehall voice in the history of Jamaica.
That's true. That's true.
Gone.
Wow.
And you don't know one of the greatest singers out of Jamaica, the history, gone, which is the great Prince of Reggae, Dennis Brown.
Dennis Brown, yes. We
and
lost
my
a lot.
favorite singer in the world, the great Alton Ellis.
Alton Ellis.
Okay? Alton Ellis. Alton Ellis. There's no song today that the business could ever play Alton Ellis like Downbeat. There are none. None. Thank you very much. I leave you with that, my brethren.
Thank you, Father Downbeat.
Respect to my Japanese people.
Yeah.
I'm going to send a request to my Japanese people. Big up romantic in Japan. Big up my girlfriend in Japan.
True.
Shia, soon in a week time with the blessing of the Father.
Yeah.
And Anna. Real people, unity. You don't know in Japan. Downbeat is coming there to spread the music again. Right now, go good.
Manners, Father. Manners. Respect. Blessings.
Yes, brethren.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's all you gotta sum it up. You gotta say wow.
Yeah, man. We were in school, basically.
The most profound information I have ever received. It's like reading a book.
Yeah, man.
It's like reading a book when this. Actually, I don't wanna. Before I even get excited, I wanna drop this one for my brethren. I've just dropped that one for my good brethren, Papa Bingi from Shashamane. He is the man who made this interview possible. And I don't know how else to thank this big man, because I think if you're listening right now, or if you were listening to us, I think that the next best thing that comes to your mind right now is we have a lot to go. We have a long way to go.
A very long way.
A very long way to go. But I think what has happened tonight is just giving us a lot of insight regarding to what we think we know and what we think we need to know in order for us to be able to exist in this realm of reggae music. Wow. I don't know what to say. I really, really don't know what to say. Further Downbeat has got so much information, so much knowledge. I was like a kid in a candy store. I didn't even know what to ask him. I promise you.
Yeah, man. The man has got too much knowledge, man.
Wow. I'm telling you, this is the most important interview in my life. The most important information that I've ever received from anybody in the space of reggae in my life. And I'm going to treasure this moment. Father Downbeat,
big up.
Wherever you are, big up yourself. Wow. This is probably one of those events, one of those shows that, oh my God, I don't know what to say. Dennis, you got words?
No. They're all taken.
What more can you ask? What more? The knowledge, the information that just comes out of him when he's talking,
man, and the humility.
The humility that comes out of. Oh, wow. I don't want to even go and start contemplating how many times I'm going to play back this tape. I'm going to play back this interview every week. This is going to be a book for me to read. You could write a book from what Mr. Father Downbeat was telling us.
Yeah, man.
It's quite important. And for those who are listening, or for those who are watching us right now, just the imagination of how broad this genre of reggae music is, coming from a very tiny little island. The amount of knowledge or the amount of information that Father Downbeat laid out for us today, it sums up everything that you need to know about music.
And about dancehall.
And about dancehall. And about dancehall. I'm really in a space right now where I'm still shivering just from talking to this man. But again, I want to reiterate, I want to say shout out to my brethren, Papa Bingi. Without you, this wouldn't have been possible. I humble you. I've got so much respect in what you have done to build these sort of like relationships. And these are the things that we need to treasure going forward. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Lampo International, we're there until the top of the hour of 10 o'clock. This is our extended broadcast because of definitely the interview that just transpired with the big man himself.